Hello, it's Big Cheds, and this is the Trading Encyclopedia daily education series on my YouTube at Cheds Trading. Find me on Twitter at Big Cheds and Bitcoin Live, where I'm a founding analyst. For today's lesson, we're going to talk about the rounded top or rounding top if you want. Here's a quick AI overview. You can pause it, of course, and read this on your own time. Here you have comparisons with like double top, head and shoulders. What's interesting, let's take, for example, the head and shoulders, right? Let me show you an image here. Here's a rounded top. Here's another rounded top. You can actually draw a rounded top within something like a head and shoulders. So let's do that. Let's say you have, because generally the idea of the rounded top is you have a trend and the price is reversing. You generally have the slowing down of the trend gradually, right? Now, what's an important thing to know is, let's say we had this head and shoulders. This head and shoulders is actually part of potentially a rounding top, right? And what's interesting about that, let's show you the image again, right? You can have a pattern within this. And what's important to note is the price doesn't need to follow like exactly along here. You can be doing that, this, just such that the peaks generally have that structure. Now, with really any pattern, any reversal pattern, the most important thing is going to be where you confirm. And here it's going to be at the neckline or the trough. I mean, not neckline, you can call it that, but really the trough or the low of the consolidation structure. It's drawn much better here. Here you see the neckline. This gives you a rough measured move or price target from the top, the peak of it, down to the neckline. You extend it out just like a head and shoulders, right? Back here, just like a head and shoulders. Now, again, with measured moves, we want to keep in mind price obstacles. So say the price, let's take this example here. Say the price came up and did maybe like a bull flag here, okay? And then continued up and formed into this rounded top. Your measured move would take your measured move and you extend it out. And your measured move would take you maybe down to around here. But you can't overlook this price structure, this obstacle in the way. So even though you want to draw your measured move, you want to assume it's going to, continue. Again, once it completes, once it, breaks down, you can't overlook the price structure below it. But really just a rounding top shows that the price trend is slowing down. Now that bulls are being challenged, bears are stepping in, and it's starting to roll over. A rocket, you shoot a rocket in the air, it kind of goes through this same trajectory. And again, you can have like a double top that's also a rounded top. Right? It's just the idea that you have this general slowing of momentum leading towards a price trough or a price low, and that's what you're going to use to trigger the trade. This is the rounded top, and this is the Trading Encyclopedia daily education series on my YouTube, Cheds Trading. You can find me on Twitter at Big Cheds and Bitcoin Live, where I'm a founding analyst. Folks, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Big Cheds out.